I'm going to go over our rotations for this season. I'm going to show you a 6-2 and a 5-1. Couple things to note, that sometimes the middle and the back row will be a libero, and sometimes the outside and the back row may be a DS, depends on how we run our defense. Also, this setter right here may also be a right side. So keep that in mind, that if there's a setter in the front row, they might be a right side. So rotation 1, we're going to pull our setter up. I'm going to shift our middle over, our outside over, and our right side back. And it will look something like this. So as you can see, we have our setter up, everyone else shifted. Remember, the setter, because they're back row, cannot cross the middle. And the setter cannot go in front of the outside. So if the outside wants to push up to the net, that will get the setter a little bit closer to the net, that's fine. But the setter always needs to know where the person behind them and beside them is. Ball served, we set up and go to offense. So after the right side is done passing, the right side, we're going to stay one. And the right side is going to become an outside hitter. The middle is going to stay in the middle, and our outside will stay on the right side. This will get rid of any confusion of trying to cross the outside over here and the right side all the way over here. But once we send the ball back over and we're on defense, then the right side will come here and the outside will come here, and we'll set up in our regular defense and offensive systems. And then we will rotate. Rotation 2. So setter's in middle back, so we're going to push up our setter here. We're going to bring the middle over and our outside back. And it will look like this. So one thing we want to focus on is trying to keep the middle closest to the 10-foot line so that we have our quick attack ready to go. The middle can just transition from here to here and be ready to go. This is our right side. Right side will transition to here on offense, and our outside will transition to here on offense. And it will look like this. Boom. So you have our outside, middle, right side. And then we're going to rotate. Rotation 3. We have our setter back here, so the setter's going to pull up here. And we're going to stack left a little bit. And our right side is going to pull back. So we are stacked left here. In this case, we're going to keep our outside close to the 10-foot line so that they can quickly get here. The middle will shift here. And it may be this far over, it may actually be right here. We'll just have to play with it and figure that out, but we will be stacking left. And then once the ball is served, outside will go here, middle will go here, right side here. Boom. Now that is all for a 6-2. After the first 3 rotations, we just start over, and the setter 2 becomes the main setter. Or if it was a right side here, the right side and the setter will sub out. And this is now the setter, and this is now the right side. In a 5-1, this will stay the right side, and this will stay the setter. So if we're doing a 5-1, this is now rotation 4. We have a front row setter only. back row stays the same. For this rotation, the setter, we're going to stack mostly middle. The middle is going to be about right here. Outside is going to come over. So let's see what that looks like. And in this one, we may actually stack a little bit more to the left instead of right in the middle. Depends on how it plays out. So could be here, and the middle is going to be closest to the 10-foot line in this case. So we're going to outside, middle, and then we just have 2 hitters for here, and the setter is going to be here. And it will look like this. Transition. Now we have our 2 hitters. And from here, our middle can run a 1, a 2, a 6, or even a slide, which is awesome. And then we're going to rotate. And our setter is going to be in middle front. For this, our outside is already where they need to be. They're going right here. So our middle is going to come in right there. And it'll look something like this. Setter can push up to the net. Outside will go all the way over. And remember that we want to be watching, when we're in the front row, we want to be watching for net clips. Alright? That's always a possibility. And then the ball is served, and we transition. Middle's ready to go. Outside is ready to go. And then we move to rotation 6. So everyone is in rotation 6. Middle and outside will meet about right here. Setter will kind of hang out wherever they're most comfortable. And it will look something like this. The ball is served. And that is the 6 rotations for a 5-1. And you saw the first 3 rotations are for the 6-2. And if we're doing a 6-2, the first 3 rotations just keep recycling over and over.